Good afternoon, my friends. This is the Grim Flayer. Hope you're doing very well today. Welcome to another Modern Donation League. I was almost about to say this is the first non-Thoughtseize deck that I've played since MH2 came out, but that is actually not true. The Shardless Agent was in the first MH2 deck we played, Temur Waterfalls. That was a fun one. We're bringing back Agent again in yet another red shell. Heavily red anyway, but technically we are playing 5 colors here. This, my friends, is Domain Zoo, and I am joined by Maybe Lotus's Dan for some sweet co-play. Dan, how you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Excited to see a fun league.
Yeah, this one's going to be all kinds of fun. Neither Dan nor myself has much experience with this, so we might be puzzling out lines as we go. I hope you will find that as fun as we will. And fetching is going to be particularly mentally taxing, I think, this time around compared to how it usually is. But we've got to thank Patreon supporter, That Vietnamese Guy. Thank you so much, my friend, for your support and for this really cool list. Now, our donor here was sniffing up the tree of a different 5-color deck. He wanted us to play some Niv-to-Light, and I risked being torn asunder by my patrons or my audience or both, although there are other Niv players among the community as well. And this, I hope, is a 5-color deck that everybody will love, so I'm really excited to play it. The list that we are working from is pretty close to what Yamakiller played maybe about a week ago at the time of this recording, and we have made a couple tweaks. I'm going to go into those briefly, and then I'm going to consult Dan to see what his thoughts are, because he hasn't even basically heard the deck tech, heard the changes. He's going to be hearing it along with you. We're going to get his impromptu reaction. Real quick, first, we have 3 new patrons, a record-setting clip at which they are arriving. Thank you so much to each of Daniel Bodke, Callum Behrman, and Alex Butler, all of whom are brand new at the Inquisitor tier. Love to see it. All right, so Domain Zoo. So-called for kind of the original good domain card anyway, although other domain cards go all the way back into the mists of time, but Tribal Flames is a deck that you would see pop up in rogue decks from time to time in Modern, and Tribal Flames deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control, for 1 gray and 1 red, so it's a deal 5, and it can go to face, which is very important, or of course it can kill a creature. It's a deal 5, that is, if you have 5 basic land types. Now, don't let that word basic trip you up, because it doesn't have to only count basic lands. For example, these triomes count as 3 distinct types toward domain. Now, Modern Horizons 2 has brought new domain cards in the form of Territorial Kavu in Scion of Draco. These, I would say, represent the core of the deck. Territorial Kavu, kind of like a Tarmogoyf with utility. Scion of Draco, also kind of like a Tarmogoyf with utility. This is a 2-drop if you have all 5 types. So if you go turn 1 Triome into turn 2 Shockland for the missing 2, you can deploy Scion of Draco for 2. You can also, of course, cast Kavu, always for 2. As if the 2 Domain Goyfs were not enough, playsets of those, we also have a playset of the real Tarmogoyf, so needless to say, our threat quality is super, super high. And with Tribal Flames, we can fuel the Goyf, we can close games out really quickly, and we can take care of almost any threat that presents itself on the board. I would say that those are basically the core threats and spells of the deck, but there's more, my friends. We've got a 3-3 split of Noble and Ignoble Hierarch, Exalted being relevant, Mana Fixing being very relevant. It's just acceleration as well, and a way to chip in, a way to go wide, you name it. Speaking of all of those things, Ragavan, Nimble, Pilferer, a very powerful turn 1 play alongside the Dorks, and even a Triome is a pretty powerful turn 1 play in this deck, to be honest, but Ragavan, we've all talked about basically since day 1 of his spoiling, just how potentially powerful this card could be. We're trying 3 here today. For Lightning Bolt, I think the purposes there are obvious. Might of Alara, another domain card. This is going to be a +5/+5 at instant speed for 1 green. Not bad. At least a lot of the time it will be that. 2 copies of Lightning Helix. This is something that our donor, That Vietnamese Guy, wanted to include here. So from Yamakiller's main deck, we cut a Shardless Agent, whose cascades can be a little bit hit or miss, or maybe just a little bit hard to get online. And we also cut one Might of Alara, even though this card's performed relatively well for us in a bit of testing. We did decide we're going to lean a little bit more into answers. Answering opposing Ragavans, for example, very, very important. We do have 3 Shardless Agent, as mentioned. We've got a lot of really good cascade targets. And Mantis Rider as a 4 of at the top end. That evasion, very, very nice indeed. It's good to see this card see play outside of a human shell. It kind of reminds me of the old Jeskai aggro decks that were around when I started Modern. The land base has 1 Lonely Forest for basic lands, 11 fetch lands. What is this, 6? Yeah, 6 shock lands and 2 triomes. Definitely going to have to take some consideration over fetching here. And the sideboard, we have Rest in Peace and Path to Exile ×3. These cards, especially, obviously Path's use cases are obvious. Rip, not affecting our own shell too much with the exception of Tarmogoyf. 2 copies of Stubborn Denial. There were 4 copies in Yamakiller's list. This is the other source of changes that we made. We have actually included another ferocious card in its stead, Feed the Clan. Now, I know that straight life gain is not the very best red deck wins form of hate that you can find these days. However, it is very powerful, I think uniquely powerful in this shell. I wanted something for red deck wins. We discussed a lot of other options. Kaya's Guile ran it close, right? But I figured between the paths and the Rest in Pieces and all the main deck removal plus these Assassin's trophies, we didn't necessarily need what Kaya's Guile brought to the table as much as other shells do, so we opted for Feed the Clan. We're going to give this a shot. The other card that came in place of a Stubby D is good old Gaddock Teeg, who I have seen in 1 or 2 Domain Zoo lists, and he's a pet card of mine. I had to just suggest him here. Thankfully, our donor was all about it. 2 copies of Collector Ouphe round out the sideboard for the obvious use cases, and if ever there was a deck that wanted a hate piece on legs, it might be this one. So Dan, that was your tour of the deck that you're about to help me play. What do you think? Anything you'd like to ask about or zero in on before we get into our league?
All right, I'm feeling even more excited than when we started the video because this deck is looking sweet, and I really like all the colors that I'm seeing here. One thing I did notice that I really appreciate about this is that if you look at each of the shocklands as well as the triomes, they're all really easy to fetch. They're all, like, if you look at the shocklands, for example, they're all either forests or mountains, and any of our fetch lands can grab any of them. So that should be really helpful. And I think that the 9 dorks, like the 3 of a kind of each, will help us just be really consistent while also maintaining our card quality, because they all do something in addition to just making mana.
Absolutely, well said. Yeah, the land base is obviously very unique and a thing of beauty. I didn't even think about changing it. I didn't even really look at it, besides noting the same thing you noted, because I'm like, you know what? Whoever made this has clearly thought about it more than I will have the chance to. So yeah, big agree, my friend. And the final thing I'll point out is that we're still early in MH2 as far as card availability. Therefore, the old borders will make this even cooler. We can eventually have old bordered Scion of Draco, Shardless Agent, Territorial Kavu, Ignoble Hierarch, and also Noble Hierarch currently has an old border, but I wanted to keep the Hierarchs, in tandem here. So eventually this list will look even cooler than it already does. Of course, we could have played the old paths too, but we're modernizing here. So anyway, thanks, Dan, for joining me, my friend. Really appreciate it. We're going to have some fun. Thank you again to that Vietnamese guy. Really appreciate you. And thanks out there for watching. Let's play some 5-color Zoo. Let's sling some fat threats and turn them sideways, see how far that gets us. Winning the die roll. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the deck tech, we have a Jegantha the Wellspring too, kind of a free roll. A nice source of a big threat for a second wave. Now, we'll need to tab back over to collection a lot here, I bet. So if we
just check out those lands.
I'm trying to see if we have turn 2 Draco, so Sacred Foundry? Plain Swamp Forest, Mountain Plain Swamp. No, we do not. Yeah.
So if we double fetch, or we could get
Triome into a different shockland.
Like I think we
Yeah.
have steam vents. Yeah, like we could go like Indica this turn, and we can shock in a
Okay.
steam vent.
Yeah, so I think we'll keep on the basis of that, but it is definitely a little weird to see both Mights of Alara. Do you like the keep, though?
We do have that steam vents, I think, correct?
We do have a Steam Vents for sure. Yep.
All right, I think it's probably just about good enough.
Cool.
Like obviously we like to have, say, like just like a turn one mana creature or
Yes.
just more than one threat. So like if that gets answered, potentially in trouble. But
Right,
I think
exactly.
this is like borderline, probably good enough.
Yep. And it is admittedly tough to answer a 12 drop 4/4 for a lot of common removal spells in Modern, so let's hope
Yeah, and
that.
if you're a blue deck, yeah, then we're on the play. They won't be able to just counterspell it.
Exactly. So you're thinking Indatha here, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Plus Steam Vents. Yep.
I suppose we could also get the. I think we could get the other one, fetch a breeding pool. I'm not sure
Yep.
which would be better. Yeah, but
I don't know which is better either. I think
I think we're gonna
maybe.
have to shock.
Yeah, either way, we won't have double green with Sacred Foundry, so it doesn't matter, I don't think. Let's just get this one and grab Breeding Pool, but
Sounds good. And also this way, I think we have more. We might have more red sources. This way.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
having a
Maybe it's
lot
all
of
the
red.
same.
Yeah, I think it's really, really, really important to make sure you can cast your threats, and beyond that, we can think about it. But the red is actually a really good call, having like a second.
Yeah,
Red
I
source
think in
is
Tribal
great.
Flames decks, yeah, I think in Tribal Flames decks I've played, it's always just really critical to be able to like say play two in the same turn.
Yep.
Oh,
Very interesting. Okay, so all right, we
we
can.
found that.
Yeah, do we just play a threat, swing for 8, try to kill him next turn with Between Flames and the second Might of Alara?
Yeah, so you just want to go for the might now. I kind of like that.
I think so.
I don't think we're gonna get like a better opportunity to use this mana
Right.
and like potentially
Ooh,
playing around a removal spell.
we actually cannot play. We need double
we only have the
green.
one green.
Yeah, so we need to just sling Tribal Flames to phase 2, I think, and just hope this is
Just
good
give
enough.
up on the threat.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, if you tap that way, you won't be able to play the might.
Yes, good call. So, do you like that play though?
Seems
We're gonna-
reasonable.
Yeah.
Like just kind of uses our mana the most effectively.
Yep.
Like if
makes
they
a-
remove the Scion somehow, again, it's kind of hard for them to do that. But
Yeah.
then maybe like we're kind of slow.
Agreed,
This is looking
but
really
they are,
good.
They are
Like, we
just
just got one attack and
dead to the
Tribal
flames.
Flames.
Yep.
Yeah. Just a casual 14 damage turn.
Now what? Sword of the Meek.
All right, so they have the combo, but they need mana to do anything with it. So
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
Just cast the flames and see what happens.
Sure, yeah.
See a big reason not to.
No, I
Leave
don't
the green
think
open
so.
for Might or Noble as the case dictates, but
Absolutely. So yeah, they need like, say, Force of Negation, Slaughter Pact, some kind of free spells come to mind. Like they need to be able to deal with everything, and yeah, they won't be able to.
well,
Looks
that
good,
was cool.
man.
Okay.
Sweet.
Seems good. Okay.
Deck's perfect.
Deck is literally flawless. I haven't seen a what's it called? Thopter sword list in quite a while, actually.
Me neither. I wonder if this is an Urza deck. I think it's probably an Urza deck. Probably gonna want Collector Ouphe. Yep, good call. And then yeah, Rest in Peace, possibly for like Sword of the
Yeah.
Meek. If they're an Emery deck, then Rest in Peace gets a little better.
Yep, agreed. I think those are probably our 4 guaranteed slam dunks, and
So, like assuming that they have some amount of removal spells, say like Fatal Push, for example, we could consider cutting like some of the like the 2 mites, or we could look at some of the like maybe like 1 or 2 dorks could go.
Yeah, it's a question as to how much we think we need to race, I think. And also, of course, what else we see. I wonder if there's Archmage's Charm involved to play around. Again, I just haven't seen one of these lists in quite a while.
Hmm.
If we're bringing in Rip, Goyf becomes worse, of course. And
Absolutely.
that is a
And then
thought.
I think here, like, Lightning Helix is our worst burn spell, so if we need something else to consider, could be that one.
Good
Like, for
call.
example, if they are on Urza, like, it doesn't kill that, but, like, if they are on Emery, then,
Right.
that's a valid target.
For
I guess
sure.
Goblin Engineer if they're Grixis.
Yeah, good thoughts, good thoughts. So I think on the draw we can mess with this. I don't. Do we need all? I think we probably just play all three Rip. Just say, can you beat this while you're dealing with our everything
If
else?
it's a good card, then it just maximizes our ability
Yeah.
to see it.
So do you like a stub at all, or not so much? I don't know how to rate
So we
this.
are pretty good at turning on stub, but
Yeah.
the stuff that we would want to hit, I guess, like, we can just answer removal spell that way.
Yeah,
I don't know if
a
we
lot
need
of
it or
our other
not.
stuff is already either hosing their target things we target with this, or we can remove it or whatever. So, yeah, let's just cut one of these remaining two. I think we'll keep a cheeky Might in. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like a cheeky Might. And then, yeah, I guess so potentially if they're on, like, say, like a War of Invention build, maybe we can bring in, like, Gaddock Teeg.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I looked to thinking of but unfortunate. We'll be sending
It'd be great
this
with,
one
like, two
back.
lands as well, a 9-card hand.
Yep. True.
Okay.
We're in.
Yeah. So can we maybe bottom a Hierarch? Or should it be one of the, like, higher curve threats?
I think I like the Hierarch call.
Yeah.
We're functional.
Yeah, even if they remove it, we should be able to play our 2-drops.
Yeah, with
then,
Sacred Foundry, we can play Kavu or Rip. I actually think it's usually incorrect to lead on Forest, but maybe in this case it still is correct. Because if it lives, we can do something different than if it doesn't live.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, for example, if the Hierarch lives, then we can maybe just get a Triome.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Play Kavu,
if it doesn't, then
Triome.
it'll give us flexibility about getting a Shockland.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the play.
And also not thinning our deck because we do want to draw the third land if Hierarch dies, for sure. Talisman of Dominance, okay. Ooh, that's a nice turn, OP.
Fail push confirmed.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we just gotta go for that Foundry plan.
And then do you want to, like, I think I like leading on Kavu.
Yep.
And, like, we're not expecting any, like, burn spells from them, so, like, it being a 3/3 shouldn't be a big deal here at all.
Let's hope not.
I guess it's not relevant since we didn't bring in stuff, but I guess it's worth keeping in mind. Like, if we have to do this in the future, that, like, Shockland and Basic Forest doesn't enable Stubborn Denial, Ferocious.
Yeah, exactly.
So, based on, like, Ichor, Wellspring, and Prism, I'm kind of thinking they are Grixis. Yeah, so Ichor, Wellspring would be good with, like, the Engineer because it needs something good to sacrifice.
Very true. Oh,
And then Prism looks like a good that looks insane.
I think that's the play here over
And
Rip.
they just used, I think so. They just went for their Gal Blast, and they're on 2 cards, going to 3. So, yeah, they might not be able to easily answer that. Yeah, so
What a top deck.
that's great.
Yep. Very happy to not see the red floated off of that prism. Okay.
Yeah, and they,
Nice. All right.
yeah.
Blue land
is
for
awesome.
Agent? No, but that's not bad redundancy.
Not bad at all. And I really think we should just play another one.
I do too.
Because a lot of their mass removal is going to be stuff that Ouphe shuts off anyway, like engineered explosives.
Yeah.
And they could really just have it, like, draw another one of those one mana removal spells to clean up one and then just go off.
Yeah, completely agreed.
beautiful. Look at all these artifacts, and they don't do very much.
No, they sure don't. All right, this is enabling Shardless Agent, so I think we play that Hold Up Bolt rather
Gotta
than
play the
Jam Rip.
Hierarch, yep.
Okay.
Yep. The Ouphes are doing a really good job of like keeping them down, so I don't think Rest in Pieces is important.
Yeah, we don't need Rip as long as we've got those guys. Agreed.
Oh, and what's that nice forest you chose to? Is that Odyssey? Yes.
It is Odyssey. I thought it was,
beautiful.
Thank you, relatively representative of 5 colors. I think there are some newer ones that are more actively representative of 5, but for the old brown bordered stuff that you and I both love, I think this was a sweet one. I don't remember why I initially got this. I've played it once before. I can't remember when.
I appreciate the autumnal colors, if nothing else.
My favorite season by far.
Same. Hard to agree.
People are, this is a tangent, but I'll see people that are like pouring sweat. They look like they're about to pass out, and they're like, "Beautiful day, huh?" And I'm like, "Nope, sure isn't." Are we going upstairs with this just to get that?
So face it to place. Let's do it.
All right. I think
I'm inclined to just slam the Shardless.
Same.
I'm not sure. I'm sure there are ways that we can be punished, but I don't know how realistic they are.
All right.
Yeah, that's about what we signed up for.
LP is still dead on board even before we factor in our bolts.
Good place to be.
Yeah.
And then say they go like, if they are war build, maybe they go like Ensnaring Bridge. Maybe we can just like draw another bolt and just get there.
Yeah, or we just trophy it too.
Yeah, or that.
Good
yeah,
call,
look at this. It's like we've got the binoculars out.
Uh-oh. That fourth land's a little scary, actually.
Yeah, I'll be terrified if they shock it. Could represent like Cryptic Command, Whirza. And Whirza is actually insane against Collector Ouphe because it's like Urza's got the mana creating ability.
Yeah, could just be a sweeper too, but
it could shock.
You're
it
right.
is Whirza.
You're right about Whirza.
Just pay one more life opponent, please.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay. All right. So potentially dead to our trophy on the bridge.
I think they will be. Let's just game it out. Yeah, I mean, we just.
Well, maybe not. Actually,
they're dead. I think they're dead unless they have 1 mana removal in hand, because we just trophy and swing for 3, then with 3 deal 2, bolt them.
Looks good.
All right.
And I think bolting is better than just playing Ragavan, like dashing Ragavan.
Agreed. We've drawn really nicely, I have to say.
We really have.
Ouphes.
All right, I was a little bit concerned they might get like a basic swamp and be able to like fatal push. But yeah, not an option.
I think because they get island, just in case there's like a force spike type effect, we bolt first. Okay,
I suppose like no, like we're not really afraid of like a repeal. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just insane.
That was just insane. You're absolutely right. Can't be activated. Seems good. Obviously, we drew pretty well, like I was just starting to say. We just kind of ripped the Ouphes off the top. We also ripped the trophy, I think, off the top, right? We didn't sit on that from the opener or anything like that, if I recall. So anything they were trying to do, we answered. That's about all there is to it. Is this what it's like, Dan, to play a really proactive deck? I gotta admit, I kind of like it.
I remember, yep.
All right, nicely done. On to round 2.
Nice.
Against a Lurrus deck, we have the classic trap hand, where it's only a 1-lander. It does cast both of our dorks. We're on the draw. Those are some arguments to keep it. However, certainly some arguments to mull as well. What do you think?
I think we keep it because one, we're on the draw, and two, we have more than one dork. So if they kill our dork, we can at least have some recourse to keep playing.
Exactly.
Also, like, we have like Goyf as a 2-drop, Lightning Helix potentially. We can, like, even with just one other mana source, even if they do kill our 2 creatures, we can again like keep staying in the game.
Yeah, for sure. And against the predicted shadow deck, which it looks like we are, we like to not mulligan. We like to keep the 2-for-1 of Shardless Agent around. Ooh, bad draw.
Yeah, I think it's probably best to go with the Ignoble, even though that's the one we care about the most, because like potentially we can go turn 2 Mantis Rider. But if you'd rather just go turn 2 Shardless Agent, if we hit our land drop, maybe we just play the human.
I think I do like that, and also, like you said, it's the one we can afford to lose the most. So I think it's about to die. Yep.
Yeah, I like that reasoning.
Yeah.
Probably it would be better to just play Shardless in any case, just because like it's a resource matchup. That's the plus resource card.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's really a shame that this pool doesn't cast our Helix. Okay, they don't play Scourge anyway. I was gonna say that would be a sweet blowout potential.
Yeah, Scourge would be great for us. We do hit the land. That is very important.
Interesting call, actually, here. I think there is an argument to play Iggy in the tap land. I don't think we're probably blocking their Goyf with our Goyf, because there are too many ways we lose it after damage is assigned. So if we're not blocking, and if attacking against Shadow is always a mixed bag at best, maybe we do play Ignoble.
I think it's reasonable.
Do you like it though, or do you want to do?
I think if we were just trying to save damage and like we wanted to block, then I would like to play the Goyf. But I think for the reasons you identified, like it's probably not that good of an idea. And then
like if we were further
better.
Yeah, exactly. If we were further behind than I think we are, then I think we'd probably have to play the Goyf and block and make them beat that. But we're still doing a lot of things here that are good. We haven't missed our land drop yet, and we might be casting a Shardless Agent into a Goyf or something cool. Okay, we're eating up the pushes with our dorks at least, and Scourge.
Yeah, there's the Scourge. So now the Lightning Helix, like if we had the white source, wouldn't be able to remove it.
Right.
All right, so
that one hurts.
Yeah. Also, so like with just the breeding pool as our land, I think the hierarch that we led on was like less valuable, but then with the draw of the Stomping Ground, then like that was our source of white.
The draw of Stomping Ground and 2 white spells, exactly. So we're getting pretty punished, but
that being said, like they've had triple fatal push. That's gonna be hard for a deck like ours to beat anyway.
Exactly. So we can Flames the Scourge, and then we still die because we grow the Goyf.
Also, we only have 3 land types at the moment.
You're right. We can't even do that. So we are.
But that's potentially a hype draw if the game was like a little different. Say we had like a Triome, and they were like, sometimes they're just like they do the same thing, but they're at 5 by the end of it. And
Exactly.
Could still have game in that like just terrible board state.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right. So we have a lot of good sideboard cards. A Trophy and Pather, easy inclusions.
Like all that stuff you're putting aside.
And then we've got Rip and Feed the Clan that have fail rates, but are super cool too. What do we not like here? Because like you said, there's the element of stealing the game, but there's also the element of burn being pretty bad in other ways. All 3 of these cards have strengths and weaknesses, of course, and then Mantis Rider is kind of like the threat version of these spells in a way.
I can see what you mean.
I would also maybe just cut the mites altogether against a Fatal Push deck and consider shaving dorks like we did before.
Yeah, I think that's really smart.
Okay, so
I think we're really hoping against the removal deck to just open on naturally two mana
Yeah.
and just threats and just be able to keep slamming things. So like the hand that we kept was like better against, I don't know, other sorts of decks that don't have that much spot
Yeah,
removal.
for sure. And now if we are playing Rip, of course, our own Goyfs. So,
Yeah.
do you think we should play all 4 of these? I'm kind of into
I think
it,
the
but
clan kind of weirds me out. It is good against Scourge,
yeah,
but it's also like you were saying, it's got a really low ceiling on it in this matchup.
yeah, I
Um,
agree. That
I don't
can
know that
be,
it's better than anything like we're looking at cutting.
I don't know either. But if you think we should be on 3 Rip, maybe we cut all 4 Goyf, try to kind of outflank them that way, and then we will have so many potential cuts with only 3 cuts that we need to make that maybe we could get away with it. So,
Yeah, I think we should probably not play the feed the clan.
if we don't play the Feed the Clan and just cut a couple dorks, we have like a sick burn plan.
Kind of a
Like,
strict one. Yeah, we just have
yeah.
to like curve it a little bit. Yeah, this is looking good to me.
All right.
Do we want Stubborn Denial for removal?
I don't know. Like, if we were a 2 or 3 color deck, I could see it. I just don't know how easy it is to have blue held up while doing everything else that we want to do. Like,
Yeah, we
that's
would
just
have
an
been able to do
experience
it in
thing.
our last match where we had like the
Right.
breeding pool. We were going for mites,
So
but
I'm
you might be right
inclined-
about that.
I'm inclined to leave it out. I've also never hated seeing Stubby and post side against me when I'm on the
Right, let's do
Thoughtseize
that.
deck. So,
It seems reasonable.
all right, cool.
Stable hand, stable hand.
Yep. This is what we signed up for. Obviously, the second land would make this just the way to go, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, kind of same energy as last hand, but with
knowing the matchup.
yeah. And on the
Also,
play,
like Bolt is like not a good card in the opener. Like we really want to draw
Yeah.
those at the end of the game.
we unfortunately this is probably more of them all than the one we kept.
Yeah, it feels bad. I'm inclined to mulligan though. Like if the Hierarch dies, like this hand is really just gonna dud out, I think.
Yep, agreed. Wow.
Painful.
Yeah, you know what?
This hand is better in some ways,
this
you
is a
know, like
better
we
hand.
have like we have the path.
Yep.
But like if we don't hit our green source, then could go sideways on us. I don't know. I don't think it would be insane to keep this, but I could really see mulliganing as well.
I kind of want to keep.
You want to?
I kind of do, and like if we assume that gives us a lot of options. Actually, we can bottom Hierarch because Triome doesn't cast it anyway, and it dies to everything anyway. That gives us the upside of just like drawing a fetch land and being completely functional.
Okay.
We could also bottom a lightning bolt, but like if we're
Yeah, it
going
would
down
be
on
between one of those
resources,
for me.
yeah, you want to do that? Okay, I can do that.
Well, I could see either.
Yeah, like if we, I mean, if we could cast the Hierarch, I'd keep her.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe
just because Bolt is like kind of like questionable card in the matchup, like anyway.
Yeah,
Better to bottom one of those.
I can get behind it. Oh. Cycle on my own upkeep in T1 for for 3.
Put the fear in them. Yeah, you said it. Like we definitely sign up for some of this with the like, you know, lots of dorks, like, you know, like kind of a modest number of lands sort of deck, yeah.
Yep, 21 lands, and sometimes that feels like so few.
I feel like they should take our Kavu. It would be between Kavu and Path.
Agree completely.
Suppose if they're like light on threats, they might take the Path, and then if they're light on removal, they take Kavu. Obviously, they can't take the Scion of Draco.
Right.
They take Noble, I'd be surprised. I think like the least likely card for them to take is Bolt.
Well, they're really thinking about it. And yeah, Kavu, okay, I think we can agree with your read. Oh, they don't bobble us first, though. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, if they're gonna bobble after, then I think they
Yeah.
did miss a trick. Ooh, beautiful
Ooh,
draw.
nice. All right, mountain, plain, swamp. So we need a breeding
That's pretty
pool.
cool. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, things that, you know, they're likely to have in their deck that answer that would be like Assassin's Trophy
Yep.
and I guess Kolaghan's Command, but like they need another mana source, like assuming they're playing a land.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, kind of our Stormwing entity if you like.
Yes, that is a good analogy. I like that a lot. And
Or are they gonna damn us? Oh, dismember. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
also a good one. Alrighty.
I'm feeling a lot better about the game just having okay, well, 3 mana not kind of makes me
Yeah.
want to reconsider what I was going to say, but I like having 2 mana.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess we still play the Hierarch. I think there is
Yeah, I don't think putting Jegantha into hand does a ton.
not right now, but
Eventually, we
like,
want to be pathing if they play like a Scourge. Well, I mean, if they play Scourge and nothing else changes, you know, maybe we. Yeah, I don't think like they wouldn't be able to play it. It would just bolt it.
Yep. Sure.
Yes,
Snapping it off, right?
I think so. And they showed us one basic. Assuming they don't play that many.
I have to assume the same.
Okay, and do we want to be fetching something? Like maybe another red source to do like double Tribal Flames turn, or we could get like a Triome to just like not have a tap land. I kind of think it should be like a mountain of some kind.
I agree. If you look at our deck post side, we can. If we get a mountain, we can cast Mantis Rider as well as the double red spell turn. So yeah,
I guess like Stomping Ground is like our best dual land just for casting our most of our cards.
Sure, I like that.
And we already have all 5 colors.
Okay. The burn plan is on, I guess.
I guess so. I'm thinking about the maximum a deck like theirs would play would be like maybe another forest or something, but I think possibly they don't have any more basics to bench. That's a really good one. Yep.
Yikes.
Oh, you know, Tribal Flames is a sorcery,
Yeah,
so if
we
we
do
draw
have
that, we
outs.
just kill it.
Yep.
That would be kind of sick.
We do need that pretty badly.
Although if we draw that, it's a tiny bit awkward.
Yeah. All right.
If we draw Tribal Flames, like we could make the argument you just like point everything at face and try and kill them.
Mhm,
But
exactly.
anyways, I do think we should play the Rest in Peace.
Yeah. I mean, it pushes them even more all in on the Hex Drinker, which is bad for us because we're not baiting them into anything really. But if they take one more damage for some reason, and also don't Thought Seize us, or Inquisition us rather, which I don't really see why they would do both of those things, then we could draw another burn spell and have that out. But I think we're about to get cheesed by Hexy here.
Looks that way. And, you know, it occurs to me that, you know, you were thinking about the donor wanted to see a Niv Mizzet deck, and I think, like, a deck like that would have a far better matchup against a, you know, Scourge of the Skyclaves, Pack
True.
Drinker, Goip deck, then
Yeah, very true.
this deck does. But oh geez, that's a terrible top
Yep.
deck.
That's rough. Okay, well, we got all the heat. Round one, we're kind of getting the wrong halves cobbled together here in R2. But hey.
If they're a Team or Battle Rage deck, potentially like they just couldn't get lethal that turn.
We do have the life gain here, though.
Yeah, that as well. And we're still alive to draw Tribal Flames and win.
Yeah, and we have...
Unless they had Feed the Clan.
Oh, unless they have Feed the Clan, yep. We have...
Oh, let's go!
Let's go. It's game 3. I hope I didn't speak too soon. Game 3. The burn plan. The burn plan.
They've just got all Goyfs. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Very nice. So now they've seen the burn plan and they've seen the rest in pieces. So there is an argument to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
We just completely de-sideboard.
Yeah, really exactly. For real. Honestly, though, like we could change things up a bit. I don't know if we're supposed to, though. What did we do to our curve when we cut a couple dorks? We bring in...
So we brought in Path, but like Path is not something you want to play on turn 1. So we basically raised our curve a good amount and like reduced mana sources. So it is pretty awkward.
Yep, but that should be less of an issue on the draw.
I could really see like maybe like moving away a little bit from Rest in Peace, like maybe 2, and we could bring back another creature.
Sure.
Like not Goyf, but one of the...
Just a dork,
I'm not sure
maybe.
Which
probably,
is better, but yeah.
Probably Noble, because we've brought in white cards. I assume the initial balance is good for the initial deck, and then... yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good. I think, like, in general, like, against black decks like that, yeah, like, maybe just drawing one Rest in Peace is ideal.
Agreed,
if that's the
for
plan.
sure. Oh,
well,
my goodness.
It's not good, but I think that if we're going to keep a hand like this, it would be, like, in a matchup like this, and just because, like, we don't want to mulligan...
Yeah, I think we should
keep it. It could go
keep
either way, of course. Yeah.
I think we should keep it. It's just very disappointing. Yeah. Hope he's keeping pretty good 7s all 3 games, it seems.
Yep. But how hype was that top deck in
that
game
was
2?
Pretty hype. That was pretty cool. And, you know, they'll probably have T1 discard for the 3rd game running, but if they don't, it'll be not clear for them how to proceed, but they do, so never mind that. But, you know, because again, we showed them a lot of burn, we showed them rip, and then we obviously have the zoo plan, so.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness.
Probably the worst possible top deck there.
The worst, yeah.
I guess they can't play their Scourge of the Skyclaves if we lead on Forest, but also we can't play Scion of Draco if we lead on Forest.
I think we're going to lead there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I should have heard that.
Sure.
I was thinking of playing a Triome before we saw anything and like not even playing Iggy, but that Forest makes me want to just play him and say, okay.
Cool.
Yep. It's like next turn we can cycle Triomes, we can put Jegantha into hand, we can at least potentially do a couple things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. It was correct to play the creature there. Another Goyf. Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Are we putting Jegantha into hand here? I mean, we turn on a Thoughtseize that way, where otherwise it might be a little dead. We could hold up Triome instead.
Maybe we like cycle end of turn.
Yeah.
It's not. Nothing is very good.
Nothing is good at all, and we have double red here, so maybe we'll plan to get like Breeding Pool or whatever. So I'll play this land, but that sucks.
Hopefully they Thoughtseize.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't think there's any question for me that Tribal Flame should be on the thumbnail.
I agree. That was amazing. We got a lot of early
And
contenders.
it was amazing in match 1.
Yeah, exactly. Angrath's Rampage. Okay. Not the worst possible outcome. Yeah, I think this is the one we cycle. Again, probably doesn't really matter. But
yeah, we have the only problem we don't have is like we have, all of our colors.
Yep. Okay.
And then I guess if we drew the Scion of Draco, we could just put the Triome in play and then cast it.
Yeah, right. So I guess we play the Kavu here.
Yeah. Pretend like we have Stubborn Denial. Because it felt like to me when they go for the Rampage on the Hierarch that they're probably just using their more expensive removal and they're saving their Fatal Push for like our Kavu.
I think that's absolutely the case.
Oh, but we might have Veil of Summer.
Oh, that'd be nice.
They should probably play Scared of Veil of Summer.
They probably should. Stealing this game is still well within our wheelhouse here. They do shock. What was I saying?
Ingram. And they're at 9, so like good Tribal Flames wouldn't even do it.
No. All right, we are dead on board.
I'm drawing.
Literal.
Was it 3 lands this game? After we kept 5?
Mm-hmm. So
that's not what we wanted to do.
Yeah, that's just you can't.
I
get
don't know if we
anywhere
can
doing
cycle
that.
into anything to save ourselves. I don't think so.
Cycle
like-
into path and then
Like if we attack, like what does attacking do for us? Can we somehow
So-
kill them? Like, I don't know, 11. I guess we can
If
draw
we-
a card.
yeah, if
Yeah, if
we
we drew Tribal Flames
y-
off of our draw step or whatever, like we could like double Tribal Flames.
well, if we attack and cycle. Okay, so if we play the Triome main phase to make it a 5/5, right? That would do it. Yeah, we get Swamp. Make it a 5/5, then attack, cycle away a land, draw into a path. Then
Okay.
we path the Scourge, and then we still actually can't.
They are dead. Yeah.
We can't even threaten lethal because we won't have right available with Bolt. So I think we're just dead. We
so.
could cycle. We could cycle away the Triome trying to draw a path to Exile, and then chump block. That's our only way to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be.
I guess if we find Lightning Helix, we can Lightning Helix a creature. Like it
we
wouldn't
won't
die.
be able to
and
cast
then,
it after cycling for 3.
yeah.
So I think we have to cycle and do exactly path. Might as well try to do it now.
They don't have removal.
Yep. They need to have nothing whatsoever. And we'll get black online. All right.
Kona with the aggro GG.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but yep, it's a cool deck to lose to at least. I think the matchup is. Yeah, I don't think I'd be sad to see this deck per se if I were them. I don't think it's particularly lopsided, though. Maybe they're the slight favorite if I had to guess, but we just didn't put it together this time. It happens. Makes a lot of sense.
We got no green here.
Wow.
That's a problem.
We cannot catch a break with some of these openers. I think we got to send that one back.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Okay.
All right, we function.
Yep.
Do we want to put back? Is it basic forest or is it maybe like the shock land?
I think it's probably basic forest, even though there are obvious ways we get punished for that. I think in the blind we follow the signals of our deck by doing so.
So if we're playing Noble off of, like, say, Breeding Pool, then
Yep.
our Kavu is going to be like 4/4 on turn 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no. Typing. Opponent's a big
Well,
fan
for
of
a
the
long time
channel. We do love to see it.
Yeah.
Let's
For a
bottom
long
forest. They're gonna Assassin's Trophy us.
for, yeah, yeah, yeah. If they're a long-term subscriber, maybe they were aware that you might be slow to type because the mic's in the way.
Exactly. They know the deal. Oh no, but they're
Oh
not playing
man,
rock. They're playing some channeler, some blue. You think this is like the blue-red Delver shell?
that was my inclination.
Yeah.
All these cards you've seen would seem to confirm that.
Okay. Are we? Okay. Stomping Ground. I think we still probably play Iggy here.
Putting us to the test right away.
Yeah.
So we can still play Kavu if we
Yeah.
bolt this turn, and we have the 3 lands. Maybe we're supposed to bolt.
I can get behind the bolt. If we're bolting, do we lead on Sacred Foundry, or like we could get Stomping Ground, Breeding Pool? I almost want to lead on Stomping Ground if we're bolting. Lets us have the most flexibility next turn with Iggy's in hand and Kavu.
I'm not sure how much it matters. I think, like, either way, like with these shock lands, like, and our 2 triomes, we can't get, like, none of them make blue, so
Right.
we won't be able to get to 5/5 Kavu. Anyway, we slice it with just this mana.
Sure, gotcha. That makes sense. And
That's the only thing I was thinking about there.
yep, Unholy Heat.
That's a
Definitely
sweet
a
card.
good one against us. Oh,
Yep.
okay, Dork City. So I actually think she's slightly, well, they're about the same. Whatever. We'll lead on one without showing a land, see if that makes them want to remand or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't get Breeding Pool off Arid Mesa, can we? So I guess it is Temple Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, it's awkward because now we just have 3 basic types.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
I mean, I did say something incorrect in the deck tech that, like, the fetch lands we could get anything. Like, there is going to be like a few cases where
Right.
we can't get exactly the land that we want, but I think about as much as possible we have a lot of access to our lands.
Yep. Yeah, and leading on the Dorks, they're obviously eating some bolts here. Hopefully that won't be a big difference maker for Kavu until such time as we get there with the lands. But so one went to hand, and then they played that from Exile. Got it. Well,
We could play 2 3/3s.
I think we should.
That can both be bolted. Feels a little bit bad, but I think that's what our hand is dictating.
Yes.
They could just as well have, like, multiple Unholy Heats and just, not, like, the size doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Make
exactly.
ourselves feel better. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Baited and maybe we should have just only played one Dork and grabbed a Triome, honestly.
Did we fetch that turn?
Whatever turn we fetched, I don't remember at this point.
Yeah. So we fetched to play our last Dork.
Yeah.
So yeah, on the
first
turn
one
we double.
resolved. Yeah, we could have just got a Triome there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we drew the second Kavu for turn, didn't we? I don't remember.
We did, yeah. We drew the second Kavu.
All right, so
last
it would have
turn.
been hard to plan for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's at least helpful. We can play
Yeah.
that.
So do we
Grow
want
one.
to play it, attack, loot away the Iggy, and have this at instant speed to become a 4/4?
That seems all right. The other triggers exiling a card, I think, from the graveyard.
Yeah, which I think at
Yeah,
this point
so-
is a little
Yeah, they have 5 types. We can't take them off of Delirium, which is
correct.
Yeah, we could also loot away Jegantha, but I don't know that we really want to do that necessarily.
Yeah, I think the 5/5 could be good here.
Yeah, it could be. Hopefully they just like slow rolled their bolt and got punished.
Yeah,
Although
that'd be cool.
if we wait to fetch, then like, we could be playing a waiting game here and
Yeah.
end up costing ourselves. I guess we're gonna get an exalted trigger though.
Yeah,
That's nice.
the trigger will force their hand if they have one. So let's.
Yeah, I think it's good to put the exalted trigger for like that.
Oh boy.
Sure.
Hey, we're casting Jegantha next turn. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, if we get a blue land, then we leave our Triomes like the possibility to like cycle them, or we can just fetch the other one next turn. But we can't. I kind of like getting one of the blue sources.
I think we do need blue. I think you're right. I think Breeding Pool or Steam Vent's about the same. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, seems fine. And then you like just Jegantha to hand and like just pass, yeah?
Yep.
Oh yes, we've played our land, yep. All good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they let us get a connect for damage there.
Yeah. Respecting a follow-up threat that we did not have. They only got 2 left, you know.
Right now.
Sorry, what's that?
Oh, I was just noticing we could play a 1/1 Death Shadow. Maybe we're playing that kind of dude deck.
True. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. I believe that is an Archmage's Charm deck. Potentially they have that, or they could just be holding like, Force of Negation that doesn't do very much.
Yeah. I think we have to
I think we
make him
played
have
Jegantha.
it. Yeah.
And then do you want to just like play both? Maybe we just see what
Probably.
happens with Jegantha.
Yeah.
I guess our incentives have kind of changed just from last turn, like we had loot potential. Now maybe we just play everything.
Yep, agreed.
Um,
I'm saving the life here, I think.
yeah. I like that.
It makes Kavu a little bit worse, but like we can... Yeah, it makes Tribal Flames a little worse too. Whoa!
Counter spell. That is a sweet deck.
Yeah, they didn't counter the Jegantha though.
Oh,
That's why I wowed.
Holy heat.
Oh. Wiltron.
Why?
Wiltron, I thought you were a big fan. You can't be doing us like this. All right,
It's dirty.
Right.
It's a good draw.
Yeah, probably use it on their upkeep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Okay. All right, Iggy. Let's get in.
Just 12 turns.
Yep.
Or, a few plus 2 Tribal Flames.
Exactly. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Man, Unholy Heat wrecking us here.
Yep. Absolutely.
Without
You know
that.
what? Just so far, removal spells.
Yeah.
Very, very good against our deck.
Indeed. There we go. There we go.
That's a good draw, though.
That is a really good draw.
Can we possibly play that around, like, we'd be able to cast it with Mana Leak? I don't think so, because we only had the 1 blue sword. Or, sorry, not Mana Leak. I was thinking of Remand.
Remand, yeah, I think
We only
Basic
have the single
Forest.
blue swords.
Basic Forest disallows that, yeah. But it's a good
Yeah,
call.
that as well. It's already kind of hard for us to cast.
Yep, exactly.
So, Yep.
Probably got
Forcing
a
the
block
trade.
here, right?
I think so.
I think
Feels
so
like a
too.
forced trade.
Yeah.
They can just have bolt.
Yep. Exactly. Although if they
They
had it, they would have probably just killed it and swung.
probably.
But I still think we do. Woo!
Ooh, that's good against
All
counterspells.
right. Very good. So there is once again a single blue is our downfall against Remand. So I guess it doesn't matter how we tap.
Also, Remand pseudo dead now that counterspells a card. I think.
True.
Most decks, I think that
Yeah.
could play one or the other. Would play just. Whoa!
Okay.
Big draws. So that's for 4.
That's a 4. Yep.
Another.
Thought
Okay, looking for it. It looks like.
Interesting. Yep.
Oh, they milled a Murktide Regent. That's a sweet card.
Oh yeah.
So is that the Dragon Rage Channeler's source for his rage?
That's a really good question.
I mean that looks like like an island centric dragon though.
Yeah, not giving me the most furious vibes.
Yeah, there's got to be some
compared to
other
the
red
dragon norm, but
yeah.
They are unlikely bedfellows here in this deck, I guess you could say.
Yeah, they are actually a tiny bit awkward with each other, I guess. Like the Murktide, like they both want you to have a lot of cards in the graveyard, but like you need to have the particular types with the Dragon Rage, and then Murktide like wants to exile them all.
But fortunately, there's just
so
many enablers that I think it's still just.
It's got to be just fine to play them both. They're both really strong.
But yeah, I think Unholy Heat gives this a huge edge here. Think about this deck trying to keep up with our big threats without it. I guess Magmatic Sinkhole would have been the previous go-to tech, but that maybe more aggressively competes with the graveyard resources. So.
Right, yeah, it'd be harder for them to play multiples of the Sinkhole and the Regent.
Yes, indeed. Uh-oh. Subtlety.
Oh.
Wow, fascinating. Okay, so.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we didn't attack with our Hierarch.
Yes,
definitely. I don't think that's going to be really material to the game. Oh, interesting.
Very.
I guess we probably want to draw that, right?
I mean, I don't think it matters because there's an argument not to draw it. Well, no, there is an argument.
We have a lot of bad cascades.
Yeah, because like our 2-drop ground threats are dead cascades at this point.
So we've seen 4 of our bad hits, and there's like 5 in the deck left.
And obviously, it can be good to cascade if we have lands on top and we cascade into Mantis Rider, or sorry, not Mantis Rider. That's another reason not to put it on top. But we cascade into Tribal Flames, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix. That's why we want this on the top.
It would be giving us some amount of control over our
Might of Alara could, with Ignoble Hierarch, steal us the game. So I think overall we probably top it, but it's close.
I'm inclined to agree with that. Like, we can just very easily just have a land like just below that.
Yeah.
And then like, we'd probably be regretting.
Yeah. Big time.
It's an interesting spot. I wonder if they'll just like have the lethal burn, so it didn't matter, but I think it was an interesting decision.
For sure. Good.
And obviously they kind of thought so because they seemed to think about it for a while.
Well, they don't seem to have it right now, but odds are pretty good that they find it. This card is quite something.
That is a cool one. Okay.
That's until the end of this turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So they're looking to see if they, I guess, have lethal,
Yeah.
Off a bauble. Obviously, they don't need to target us because they know what we're drawing.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, we didn't get bolted on the upkeep. That's a good sign. Moment of truth. Big energy. Might of Alara.
Whoa. Okay.
Do we get there?
Not Archmage's Charm.
Counterspell.
Okay. That would have felt worse, I think. Yeah, we got there.
Yeah, so close. That was a great game. I guess they had all their bases covered with the counterspell, so... Well, okay.
It's another one where I think, Path and Rest in Peace potentially looking good.
I really think so. Like, it feels weird to maybe consider moving Goyf out every game, including against a blue-red deck where it's historically amazing. But that's kind of, I think, what we're supposed to do.
Okay, thinking about cards that Rest in Peace effects, there's the Regent, there's the Channeler, there's the Unholy Heat. That's potentially 12-ish cards.
Exactly. And we haven't even seen all of them, probably.
Oh, and then I have a feeling they're probably Allura's Companion deck because they showed us Bauble, and it makes sense with the with the Channeler Delirium theme anyway, the Baubles.
Well, I don't think they declared Luris, and
they didn't.
They also don't seem to have the colors, but otherwise I agree. Yeah, I think those are just just doing Bauble things and the Delirium,
right.
But
fair enough.
I still think we've listed enough for Rip. I'm
thinking maybe Might of Alara can be cut as well.
I'm a little more on the fence about it here.
Burn spells deck.
Yeah. But I could still certainly see cutting it. It's kind of bad against endurance, right? Bouncing a threat.
Yeah, I definitely like keeping Lightning Helix compared to what we've done before.
Yeah, for sure.
Or playing Delver of Secrets and stuff.
We got some cuts to make. I just put Stubby D in for consideration, but the more I look at it, the more we probably just don't have room for it. Yeah.
Maybe we don't play all of the Rest in Peace again. Maybe it's just 2. If they were a dedicated graveyard deck, I'd say absolutely 3. But maybe here we don't have to play all of them.
I can get behind that. And then with one cut to make, maybe Mantis Rider is maybe the worst against. Well, that blocks Delver. I'm just thinking it's a 3-drop that dies to Bolt, but.
Yeah, true. It's also hard to cast, but it does block a Delirious Channeler.
True. Yeah, why don't we just cut a single Ignoble Hierarch instead?
That seems fine.
Cool. I am cursed never to draw Ragavans, it seems, when I'm playing him, so maybe we could change that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Nope, not here, but great hand, I guess.
Yeah, this is looking pretty solid. We could even just play the Scion if we just have to lead on our Foothills and grab. Oh no, we can't because we can't fetch a Triome that makes blue.
Right. True. That's unfortunate.
I think it's still correct to lead on Foothills.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Good to keep in mind.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think we get Indatha, so we have a source of green, and then we can say Bolt. We can either play Kavu if we draw one of those, or we can just Sacred Foundry, Bolt the Delver.
Agreed. Okay.
Oh, we gotta get the Foundry shock it in. Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
If we're doing that, should we Flames? I'm just. It kills a Murktide Regent, so maybe
it does.
Yeah,
it does.
All right, let's just Bolt.
It only kills Murktide if it's a small Murktide.
Oh, okay.
Because that card can grow.
Maybe we do Flames then. We've got Trophy.
Yeah, maybe
now.
we want to try to save our Path for that sort of card.
Yeah, we've got Path too. All right, I think
we have Trophy as well. We've got stuff to do. We're not just out in the cold, but.
Yep.
Yeah, I think every instant sorcery you exile to the delve cost gives it a +1/+1 counter. Is how it works. I haven't played against it very much.
I have not at all. But the opponent's doing the Delver thing. very beatable with
Yeah,
our
let's
hand.
put on top. So.
Love to just draw land to keep developing, but we do
Oh
not.
yeah, that would have been beautiful, like a breeding
Yeah.
pool there. Yeah,
All right.
unfortunate. And then I think if they like force a negation there in that spot, like it'd be good for us to like probably just path on our turn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are
Thankfully,
we?
it didn't have
Are we
that.
pathing here?
They're pretty close to Delirium, maybe, and it uses our mana. I mean,
think,
yeah, we have like trophy if they have like
Yeah.
another creature we have to answer. I think like because they're kind of doing the same thing as us in a way. Like we're both kind of tempo-y decks. I think just them not having a creature is pretty important. Oh,
I like it. I think it might get countered, but maybe that's just
yeah,
okay. We're not
yeah. It
holding
feels like
anything
we
up, so we've
want to
just
go
kind of
for
got
it.
to
Yeah.
slam here.
Yeah. And then I guess if they counter, like we're that upset because maybe clears the way for one of our creatures.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well. Our spot could be better, but
Oh.
Okay. Ooh, that's
Hey!
a sweet draw.
I really hope it works, but
Me too. I think we
yeah, Blood Moon is super good against us.
think we have to go for it before they get counterspell.
I think so, yeah. Oh man.
Come on, Ragavan.
Oh no.
Oh.
At least it wasn't Fire Ice. That would feel worse. Then we would
Yeah.
get pinged for one.
Exactly. All right,
This is
so
not looking good.
we need to draw island. We can, or sorry, draw island. Yeah, draw a forest. We don't. If we draw a forest, we have a few different paths to victory, including sticking a dork or connecting with a Ragavan, either allowing us to trophy Blood Moon. We can also just keep making land drops and play Jegantha.
Yeah.
Right now, under Moon, that's kind of all we've got.
Hierarch not the worst draw, but like, yeah,
So
we can't.
close.
So close.
Oh, Blood Moon, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. I guess if we just play seven more mountains, we can cast the Scion.
Yep.
Oh boy. I wonder if this would be a good deck for like Force of Vigor.
You might be onto something. That's a really good call.
That being said, I don't know how reasonable it would be for us to expect Blood Moon from them, so
Right.
would we even have that card in our deck right now if we had it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, one more land and we can play Jegantha at least.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay. Upkeep bolt the subtlety, I guess.
Yeah, seems good.
We could also wait and see if they tap out for something main phase, but I think I like this. Okay. Hardcast Murktide, yep. Ooh. Wow.
Oh. Well, at least one of our bolts can actually kill that.
Yep.
All right, Jegantha time.
Okay, at least we're getting it down.
The biggest creature on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like Unholy Heat is only a shock right now.
Yeah.
Could actually be a real card here.
Yeah. I mean, this is only a 3/3 max.
Damn.
Wow. Well, we're getting tempoed out pretty hard, but that's one of the only live cards we just top it, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, we are getting tempoed out really hard. We kind of need to have like bolts on top to
We definitely
really be
do.
in it. And like tribal flames would just be for 1.
Yeah. Oh god.
I think we're literally dead to that. Yeah.
We got one.
Oh, that thing doesn't fly right now. Okay, we have
not at the moment. Yep.
maybe a draw step.
Yep.
Ah.
Losing to Moon a little rough here, but obviously 5 colors. Sign up for that too. Hey. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay. Have to stay back with Jegantha.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
And then again, do we want to upkeep the bolt?
Yes.
I think so.
I definitely will.
Yeah, I think that was our single best card that we could have had there.
Counter spell getting us again.
Good
Shout
game.
out to Wiltron92. Congrats on the victory. Well played and very cool deck. Love to see Delver back in Modern, but getting us pretty good here. So after a really strong start, we're getting the wrong half of the matchup meta. 1 and 2. Let's try to turn the heat back up here in round 4. Okay, we are
Ragavan.
in the mirror, or maybe not, but we've got Ragman on the play. This is a keep.
Yeah, it looks good. So we're gonna lead on our turn 1 must kill, and then we're gonna play another one, and then another one.
Exactly. So, if we want to conceive of, we need 1 red and 1 green for the floor of T2 Kavu, we could get either Vents or Blood Crypt here, maybe. And then Temple Garden next turn, or we could get just a more typical Foundry plus Breeding Pool.
So, I think either way, we want to get our blue last because we want to probably be able to play, like if assuming our Ragavan gets answered, like we want to be able to play Kavu next turn.
Yep.
So maybe we should get just like Blood Crypt and then Temple Garden, and then we can get some kind of a Shockland tapped. Seems okay.
Yeah, I like that.
And then if it doesn't get answered, then we can really go off. We could like fetch a Triome and like play Scion.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go.
Monkey
Pirate.
The Ragman.
He's got quite a stash there.
It's true.
At all those treasures.
I like both printings about equally. I think they're both pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's connecting. He's connecting.
Oh,
let's go.
And they can't take it. Yeah, we can just play Scion. That's probably, unless we draw something, going to be our play. Or we can exile something off of their library.
Yeah, let's see what we hit. Okay. I don't think I've ever actually connected with this guy, so let's make sure.
Basic Swamp deck plays Jegantha, though. Don't know.
That's a fascinating question. What is this, a Slaughter Pact? Snuff out?
Yeah, please go for the Slaughter Pact.
Yeah, that'd be okay. Okay. General. I mean, that seems good. Yep. We'll take that.
Yeah, we can actually make that a really real card.
Yeah. We can still just get the Temple Garden.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I guess if we wanted to get, that's fine. I was gonna say if we wanted to get like basic forest at some point, maybe we hold these.
True.
Or foothills, I mean.
Yep.
Anyway, I think this is all right. This is sweet. I mean, we're gonna like Lightning Helix something and make some 4/4s.
Seems real good. Hexproof from monocolored.
Have you ever faced this card, Grim?
Yes, with Jund, with the MH2 Jund video with Nostier, they kept drawing these. We kept killing it before it got to do anything in a Mizzet deck. Yep.
Right.
So they
Well, when they
Manamorphose,
don't,
Helix
when they don't
their
kill
own,
it.
but Ragavan's still around, so it's pretty good.
That's excellent. Oh,
Ooh. This gives us a very interesting incentive. I don't think we play it, I think, because we can just play Draco floor of the turn. I think we just try for another free card.
Yeah, that could be a good play, like maybe next turn.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because with haste, we can't really go wrong there.
Right, exactly. What did we exile?
Arid Mesa.
Gotcha. So we can just save up our treasure, grab the... Well, we have to grab blue here.
Yeah, we gotta grab blue. But yeah, we can still save the treasure.
Yep. So Steam Vent's the only option.
Seems good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have this Might of Alara held up,
do.
so if they want to bolt our monkey, we can save it potentially.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Yep.
Monkey's doing a good job so far.
Oh my god, incredible. So they're a Mardu deck, and are we with Manamorphose? Are we thinking is that just a Rokiric enabler more than anything, or maybe it's I've seen young Pyromancer kicking around too.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another.
Oh, and we have the Lightning Helix this time, opponent. How do you like that?
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I know that in the old Mardu Pyromancer decks, they'd play Manamorphose sometimes. It makes even more sense with the general.
Yeah, agreed.
I think we definitely have the Lightning Helix.
I do too.
And then after that, maybe we just get a Ragavan trigger.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool. The Scion has this other text, so our Ragavan has first strike right now because it's a red creature.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So we could potentially... Does it have protection from monocolored the general? I don't think so.
Hexproof.
Yeah, just hexproof. So we could actually just attack into that thing.
That's true.
I think it's probably fine to just...
Yeah, that's a good call. I did not even think of that.
I wasn't thinking about it until after I suggested this.
I agree that he's a must answer, but we could always see if they want to
I guess if we wanted to make a big attack this turn and play Mantis Rider, that was an option. But I think we're more than happy to just 1-for-1 with that.
Yeah.
Really scary creature. I faced it and not been able to remove it. And I think my opponent made 3 golems before I was able to do anything. And then that was just the game.
Yeah. Yep. So we are going to hit for 11. We could put them to 6 if we use the Might this turn. They would probably be pretty hard-pressed to stay alive with a Mantis Rider in the back pocket, but obviously we'll see what the Monkey Man yields here.
Maybe now they have the Slaughter Pact?
Maybe.
Now they can pay for it.
They can. What a Slaughter Pact is non-black creature, right?
That's correct.
Malakir Rebirth.
I wonder if we can play that.
Doesn't look like we can play
past,
this.
Right? Yeah, so we can just go to second main and see what happens, but I think that you're right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, I think playing an Iggy's fine with 1 treasure. Or, I mean, we don't have to, but I think it's probably fine.
I think so. We could play Mantis Rider, but yeah, just for what reasons we've been talking about. I think we can play that next turn if that's what we want to do, and we don't have to use both of our treasures.
Right.
We can have the Might held up if that's going to be relevant.
Trample. This guy tramples now.
Yeah, the most powerful trampler. Okay.
Whoa.
So, it's interesting. So we've seen the Malakir rebirth. So I'm thinking about grief or solitude. And then they can return things to hand with the border post. So if with the Malakir rebirth, if they have to play that as their land, they can potentially like get that back for a spell. They're doing
You
a lot
have to
of
return a
interesting things.
basic land, I believe this
Oh,
says.
sorry. My
But
mistake.
that's a good thought otherwise. I yeah, and then thrilling discovery. So this makes me think like the Mardu Pyro style shell, and then
Yeah.
Sorin Kroxa. I don't know where this fits in though.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing border posts in like a restore balance shell.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really sure.
Oh baby.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
All right, here is lethal, my friend.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then if we are going to go for the mites, we definitely want to target the Scion.
Yeah.
Do we have to target? Do we have to like just do both, or is one going to be enough? No, that's 11 damage. Okay. So potentially they can have weird cards to survive, but I think realistically just like jam.
Yep.
Oh, actually no, we just do it on the hexproof creature. What am I talking about?
Oh yeah, Mantis Rider hexproof. Let's go.
Oh, actually, yeah, we don't have to play anything right now.
That's lethal.
It's already lethal. I did the math wrong.
Okay.
Okay, now I think we do. Yep. They would go to 1. Sweet.
Oh, seems good. All right, nice. So against like a Mardu Pyro style shell, we see mid-range cards. We see
Border post.
combo cards. We see a little bit of everything. But hey, Collector Ouphe. Hey, who's in the border post? I've heard worse ideas, but really this is probably another rest in peace Path to Exile matchup. I guess Path I'm a little less excited
doesn't
about
kill
it.
the general, for one.
True.
That is,
that is a strike. We are
although pathing a Kroxa,
yeah,
like we can't really beat that card easily if Rest in Peace is in play. But
Yes.
I think Rest in Peace could be our plan. We could also like go trophies because it hits both of their creatures.
Yeah, I think Trophy's fine here. I think Rip is our most impactful sideboard card, and they're a Fatal Push deck. So once again, we're just playing like without Goyf this league. I think probably Might can go.
Yeah.
I mean, they might play enough non-creature 4-drops where Gaddock Teeg could shut a few things off. I don't know if we're
I don't think
supposed
they've
to do
showed us
that.
any so far, have they?
Sorin. They looted
Sorin
a
is one.
Sorin, Solemn Visitor, I think. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe they play a sweeper or two, a planeswalker or two, whatever else. But
I think they're probably pretty low curve in general.
yeah, I think you're right. I like everything else. We could also be in for a Blood Moon. Again, that could be possible. So
Yep.
with that in mind, I don't know what to cut. That makes me want to cut the Dorks a little bit less, but if we don't worry about Blood Moon, we could just cut 2. Maybe we could also play with like only 2 path. Cut 1 path, 1 Dork.
Yeah, something like that sounds good to me.
All right, cool.
And then it seems kind of to me like assuming our Mana Dork is surviving, that the Noble is like kind of better for us than the Ignoble because like we usually have a multitude of red shocks. Just
that's kind of what I'm thinking as well.
But like they're probably about as good as each other in general. I just I like how you made the cut there.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been so cool.
It's been fun, yeah. Been fun to play this guy in a variety of shells. And how about Ragavan showing up for us there? That was huge. That was very powerful stuff.
I'm not gonna say he stole the game, but he was good. Remember that time where they had to kill their own creature with their removal spell instead of killing our dude? That was sick.
I do.
Oh, this is a banger.
Yep, we're in for this.
So this is probably like the best case scenario for the mana creature, right? Where it's great if it survives, and then we're okay if it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't had that many hands like that.
Absolutely. And we are
Ooh.
even hedged against Blood Moon of the Forest.
Yeah.
So maybe I was going to say, the fetching's tricky here. We have so many different incentives. We could get Breeding Pool or Temple Garden with Mesa. Those would be fine. We're leaving ourselves off of blue that way. But I do kind of want to be able to T2 Rip or T2 Kavu as the case dictates, right? And if we're doing that, we should get, I guess, Temple Garden.
Mm-hmm. But if we get Temple Garden, we don't have our blue.
Right. But we can then cast Draco on turn 3 if Iggy lives, and we make the 3rd land drop.
Right, it would cost 4. Yeah, we could do that.
So you like Temple Garden here?
I could really see going different ways.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what I would do, but probably Temple Garden is a decent option. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
at least that way we've got 4 of our colors, like sets us up decently. Like having 2 of them be green producing is like a little bit awkward, I think, like as the game goes along, but
you're right about that.
I don't think it can be too incorrect. It would be really nice to be able to fetch a I wonder if like Ketria Triome or Zagoth Triome would be good in this deck.
Yeah,
I mean, like a few times we've wanted an island.
A blue Triome makes a lot of sense to me, but again, I didn't question the expertise, right? You know, I just it's like of all the things that I'm going to consider suggesting tweaks for, that's not going to be one of them. But I agree with you from my experience thus far.
Just from these games, like could be some variance, but yeah.
Well, we'll see if Rip or Kavu hits the bin. I doubt it's Tribal Flames unless they have a threat they really need to protect. That also doesn't get hosed by Rip.
Yeah. I think I would most expect Kavu to be discarded, but they might just be really, really weak to Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to put myself in their position, thinking about like, you know, my experiences playing like a Kroxa deck or whatever, you know, against a deck like ours, and like I wouldn't be very happy with seeing our hand because like there's probably 2 cards or more that they cared about there.
Yep. Oh, that's a nice turn for them though, but like you said, we are still okay if the dork dies, and
hey, we found another one.
I think we're getting that Rip down. It does stop us from getting the T3 Draco unless we rip like a blue source off the top, but
yeah, so I think this was really smart because we were kind of following the cues of them. Just they seem to take a while to decide, and I think that you were right that like the Tribal Flames wasn't a real consideration there, so it was kind of like they seemed to care about both of them, so just playing the other one that they didn't take seems pretty nice.
Let's hope it pays off.
Yeah. And then they could be playing General this turn.
Yeah, we've got some softness to that.
Yeah. Interesting.
That seems like a desperation move. We'll take that, but okay.
Yeah. I think we're very okay with how this has gone so far.
Definitely. I mean, you never love to see them draw their discard early like this, but yeah, ultimately.
Yeah, thinking about the double Manamorphose, like they were obviously hoping this game or when they like how they built their deck to be able to like make 2 4/4s with an Anamorphose or whatever and draw cards.
Exactly. Oh,
hey, look, we can play a Scion. That's amazing.
Awesome. So,
yeah,
we already
gotta get one of those shock lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad. We can still cycle potentially. I was about to say the draws of lands have felt really like a high variance
Yes.
in our game so far. You know, like they're either just like, oh, we drew a land, that's great, or oh,
Yeah.
we drew a land again, that's just the worst thing ever.
Exactly.
Kind of weird.
It really is. Ooh, interesting. So, we certainly have incentives to just go Tribal Flames to face now
Yeah.
that we can hold Bolt up to beat more discard, or we can just put Jegantha into hand.
hmm
I am amenable to either. If you have a preference, we'll do that. While we're
I
waiting,
think we
I'll
should
attack.
empty our hand
Okay.
while we're not getting discarded. Like we can always try to make the Giganta play later, and like we're not really that interested in using these burn spells against the creatures that they've showed us. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they really do that much. You know, like the general has hexproof, and then like Croaks
Right.
is like big and shut off right now. Yeah, I think at least just firing off the tribal flames, potentially bolting.
Yeah, I mean, we have them dead if they don't
Yeah.
have removal or life gain.
Gigantha was like a pretty reasonable like when all else fails break glass button
Yeah.
like in our last match, so potentially want to use it like that again,
I
like if
do
they blood
like.
moon us.
I think this deck really benefits from having access to that. Sorin Solemn Visitor.
Okay, so they can make a chumper and potentially we can have lethal.
So I think we do Bolt here just because we
Yeah, we
obviously.
we could spend all of our mana next turn
Yeah.
possibly. I guess like either way we're just not that. Yeah, we can just draw tribal flames and win, or we can like just kill our Sorin and still be in good shape.
Exactly.
This is all good.
Well, we're rewarded for playing that last turn.
Yeah, we can have a really mana efficient turn.
Yep.
And then, do you like going for Sorin because we're not ending the game right now?
I do.
Yep, seems good. Could be like a kind of a personal preference thing, but like I think in general it's safe to, you know, take away the source of like
Yeah.
recurring
Exactly.
advantage in a
Yep.
spot like that.
Yeah, I mean, putting them to 2 is obviously not nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they got a Lightning Helix. Very glad we attacked Sorin against
Yep.
life gain. All right, we have almost no bad draws, right?
Yeah, like any land except for, or I guess a Triome would be kind of annoying because like we wouldn't be able to play
Yeah.
Gigantha.
Woohoo!
That's not a bad one, not at all.
Woohoo!
The monkey coming in
The
big.
monkey. Let's go, monkey man.
Um, I don't think there's any 4 damage burn spells we can hit, but like you know, if the monkey found us like lethal burn, that would have been just sick.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's a good one to exile.
exactly. Wish we could play her just a 1 land short. That would be nuts, but
Yeah.
we. Yeah.
Yeah, like just imagine like, you know, we didn't have such a good top deck. They at least like just draw that. They exile our Draco. We have like nothing going on.
Mm-hmm. What is this for 5? Oh, okay, they're dead.
Oh yeah, their own Giganta. Oh, they're dead to our flyer.
Yeah. Right?
Unless they have Slaughter Pact.
Let's find out.
Beautiful draw.
Maybe there's too much text on this. Like if you glance at it, you don't see flying. Maybe they didn't notice.
Yeah.
Either way, that was a really feel-good win. Getting our revenge over the Fatal Push deck after losing to one in round 2. So, yeah, we've, like you've pointed out, Dan, we've had some variance with our progressions, both with the spells and with the lands. But when we're clicking, feels really fun, really smooth. So, yeah, doing okay, having a ton of fun here with this really cool deck, and trying to cash here in round 5. Let's go. And hey, thanks, Ragavan, for finally joining the party. You were incredible.
Oh,
Ooh, we're cooking here.
looking
You're
good.
against a Yorion deck.
I think that's fine for us.
I think you're probably right.
in general.
Mm-hmm. Lots of companions
Really
out
like
and about today.
True.
Okay, green-white Yorion.
Good draw.
So, breeding pool here, I guess.
Looks good. Looks really good.
Yup. Alrighty.
A brisk league so far. Not complaining.
No, this is definitely nice. I've had a couple long ones lately, which are nice too, but this has felt pretty good. Is this going to be a TEF? Oh, yuck. Okay.
Shardless Agent. Why?
Yep. All right.
Okay. I don't hate a third land here at all.
No. Gives us some options. We can redeploy Hierarch to have an explosive turn next turn. Planning to double spell, including answering to Fairy, and also getting ourselves a Triome here, or maybe more accurately a black land to fix our colors, or we could just jam Kavu.
Yeah, I think either way, we're just hoping they can't remove whatever creature we play. Because and they're probably, it looks like Niv Mizzet, and they probably have a lot of removal, so it could be a lot to ask. I could really see going either way.
Me too.
I guess one advantage to Kavu right now is that they're probably like a big Lightning Helix deck if they are on like a Niv Mizzet style. So
I like the Kavu too.
4/4.
We can still double spell with the Hierarch as the double spell next turn, right? So
True.
let's
Seems
jam the
fine.
threat. This is just a lot better if we can attack Tef off the field, right, than anything else. So
Yes, yeah.
the 5-color showdown. Don't do it. Well,
like,
it dies to Tribal Flames.
Yeah, it does. Like, we can even, like, fetch a Triumph if we really wanted to, but probably want to play the Hierarch if nothing changes.
Yeah, or Ragavan is interesting.
Is interesting.
Either way, we're going to Tribal Flames. Either way, we can do it without fetching, so we'll begin there, I guess, see if it gets forced.
Yeah,
Did I click?
So... I mean, the cool thing is, say they do, I don't think they're very likely to be a 4-stack with, like, Pillar of the Terrans, but we could, like, potentially play Hierarch and then, like, attack with Exalted, like, through the Omnath there. Anyways, I think we want to kill it very...
Yeah, I think we do.
And then we get to loot, which is sick.
Yeah. What are we looting, though? Everything's pretty live, maybe Lightning Helix, but...
Yeah, or we could choose between the 1-drops. I'm not sure.
We could choose between the 1-drops. Maybe we... Oh, I don't know.
Like, assuming they don't just play another Teferi next turn, the Shardless should be, like, really great.
Yeah.
Lightning Helix... like, if they play, like, Ren and 6. I mean, I guess, like, yeah. Hopefully they just can't answer our Kavu.
Right.
We get to draw the... No, it's a Rummage effect. Okay. Jeez.
I think maybe ditching Iggy is okay here.
Yeah, I was inclined to choose Iggy if it was one of the 1-drops, and makes sense. It's like,
Yep.
And then we can't get our 4th color, but it's all good.
Oh,
no, we can.
We got Blood Crypt, yep.
That's great.
It sure is. So we want to fade, as you mentioned. Ren and 6 would be just a pain.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unbeatable. Sweeper would be bad.
A 3 verdict would be probably worst case scenario for us right now.
And obviously, we're trying to fade Nivs all day, every day, but...
Yeah. Like Teferi would be beatable, but, like, annoying.
Mm-hmm.
The draw of the other Kavu there is, like, pretty sick.
Yeah. All right, land number 5. And nothing.
Right, so... I don't know, it feels like they're holding up some kind of, like, weird, clunky instant speed removal, like Kaya's Guile or something.
Could get punished. They could get punished, so I think we just go to attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're just gonna go for like Lightning Helix Ragavan and we just like might it and feel
Yeah.
really good. Or maybe they have nothing. I'll take either.
I don't know if we're looting anything out of this hand.
Yeah. Uh,
Maybe we just like exile on math or
Exile,
something.
maybe.
I think that's my inclination because like it's so hard to read them right now. So let's keep our
I
options
think
open with this
that
hand.
okay, it is Lightning Helix. Think we go for the might.
I
Yeah, seems
sure
good.
do agree.
And then now I kind of wish we had looted away like Lightning Helix.
You're right. Yep, because then we,
I don't know,
if this
but I
doesn't
think it
work,
was
it could give us
probably
more
fine.
plays. But oh man, please have nothing. Please have nothing.
Maybe we'll feel good about keeping, say, Lightning Helix because this is a huge hit here.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, another advantage to Lightning Helix is say they do play like a Ren and 6 out or something and they have to like minus to kill the Ragavan. We can just like
Yep,
easily like just finishing off with Lightning Helix and still like pressure them a lot.
exactly.
Kaya's Gal looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was actually both of those cards I was just talking about.
Yep. It's a little rough.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we should just lose the Ragavan. Well, actually, no. If we keep Ragavan, we
yeah,
can make a treasure, and then we can play another Kavu, and we get more
or we
damage.
could. Well, we're gonna. The spirit's gonna chump us, but we can helix the spirit to connect.
Yeah, we could do that.
So I think we keep
Um,
Ragavan. We get punished by Ren badly now, whereas before it wouldn't have been that bad. But
True. And we can't play
honestly,
Kavu with the treasure for helixing, but it might still
right.
be okay.
I still think the treasure is going to be pretty clutch for us. So
I think it's not that bad for us that they had to it's kind of like they're trading the Guile for the might in a way.
yeah, exactly.
It's like mana positive for us.
Yep. Okay, just
Prismatic
yeah.
Vista. Okay.
Alrighty. Very interesting turn from both sides, and OP a little punished for waiting on that Helix, but it does kind of suck that they had
Hmm.
those two relevant spells at the same time. Um,
There's like another sprawl, maybe? No, it's Nib is it? Uh-oh.
Come
Or it could
on.
be Bring to Light, I guess.
Yeah.
It is the Nib Father.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been
They just put
yeah.
Ren and Nahiri. I mean, not the worst, but
Oh yeah. Um
still pretty rough.
yeah.
Okay.
Alright, we can potentially triple spell.
Yes. So do we lead on Shardless? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what we're trying to find with it, but
Mm,
we need to do it some other way. At this point, getting basic forest is probably fine.
yeah, I think so.
So, forest, island, leave up red.
Mm,
Pretty weak.
yeah, so we're kind of punished specifically by the Niv Mizzet here, like
Yeah.
the way we chose, because like we could be like attacking with like exalted Kavu, like
Yep, that's true.
offering the trade.
Yeah,
But I
that
don't
would
think
have
it's
been.
that bad for us anyway.
Right.
Um, and like Nahiri is pretty expensive, so like if that's the best they can do, at least a lot of their turn, like we're going wide.
Yeah.
Looks like they can double spell again. Mm.
Yeah, all in all, the Ragavan play did not reward us. But yeah, Niv Mizzet was the card that punishes that the most, other than like a natural Ren and 6 draw, which it would be beatable.
Mm.
Niv Indaren is the max punish for the Ragavan keep. Especially because, like you said, yeah, we cascade into Hierarch, which would have made the Kavu much better. Yeah, all in all, pretty rough. Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
I wonder if they have like a way to use this mana. Oh.
Yep.
Well. Oh, and now we're
Now
racing?
They're gonna race? Interesting. Well, they think they've gotten a Hiri to clean up punish us for tapping, right? But
right.
But I mean, they're right about it. Okay. Land off the top, very frustrating draw. Tribal Flames. Right. I think maybe we go to face.
Maybe so.
Sure.
And we
can loot away the island, or the land, rather.
Yes.
All right, we're on that burn plan.
Yeah. So, looking to like runner burn spells, I think. Yeah.
We have.
So like that could be a thing, because like say they, hopefully the only thing they can do is Nahiri, and they attack. Then we can go like bolt agent attack, like another bolt would do it, or we can just draw Tribal Flames, and like if they don't have life gain, then we can kill them.
Yeah, we have outs, which didn't seem likely just a moment ago. Trophy? I don't know. I think they're not tapping the colors that they need.
Maybe they're just trying to like figure out how to tap in like the way that best represents things.
Yeah, I think that's fairly likely. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Did we know about that Vista? Is that what the Ren and 6 returned?
I think so. Yeah.
They don't attack. All right, let's drop Tribal Flames and win. Come on.
Yep. One time.
Well, I don't know if we can say one time, because like, one more time.
One more time. Rough. But
okay.
But they didn't attack, so we have hope still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think we play that because it reveals info, and if we fetch, it leaves us dead to a ping from Ren.
Yeah, that's true.
We are actually dead if they see it to... No, sorry, the beginning of the next end step. I was thinking maybe dead to two Ren pings, but...
Right.
Yep.
I do want to point out that they could be dead to this bolt now if they didn't gain their 6 life with the Lightning Helixes.
True.
Kind of annoying.
Yep, very true.
You just have lands in hand OP.
Yeah, it's true.
We've all had that with Ren and 6, right?
Third Helix. Yeah. I hate this deck so much. Okay. That's very frustrating. But
kind of a rubber match in ways, right? Because, could have been playing that deck.
Exactly. But look who we have. The Savior arriveth.
Yeah.
I mean, he just doesn't beat Niv, the hardcast Niv, but I think he does enough to play for sure.
He's really good against Supreme Verdict, and that's probably a card they play.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and Bring to Light and
Nahiri.
Planeswalkers. Yep. Kind of hard to know where to go from there, though. I
I
think
think trophy is probably good enough. Like they have a lot of high value targets.
you are correct about that. I'm thinking maybe that's about the extent of what I'm real
Yeah.
excited about, though. Perhaps Helix is our weakest interaction. Cut 2 Helixes and 1 Dork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something like that. Sure.
This time having... Well, maybe we still do cut a Niggy. But we brought in
Maybe.
trophies. We brought in
Oh.
trophies, so...
And we cut white cards.
Yeah.
So we brought 1, removed 2. Yeah. Yeah, seems fine.
Alrighty, Jegantha. Here we go.
Yeah, another pretty good one.
Yep.
We have backup Ragavan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Goyf's time to shine.
That would be... that would be pretty nice.
We're definitely going to play Kavu over Goyf, though.
Yeah, looking that way. I think our classic Foundry breeding pool split applies decently well here.
Yeah.
Seems good enough.
And then that way we can just fetch either of our Triomes for black.
Yep.
And then again, if they can't remove the Ragavan, then we're just in better shape.
Yeah.
Which I don't expect a Niv-Mizzet deck to actually play 1-mana removal.
No, seems unlikely.
Probably a Sprawl here.
Yep. Abundant Growth.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, the aggro plan is well and truly live.
Pillar of the Parents. I'm not sad to see that go.
No, me either.
So we could
grab
play the Scion.
Yeah, if we grab what? We
don't
have a blue Triome, so...
Oh yeah, no, we don't have the blue Triomes.
so
Yeah, so I guess we just stick with the plan.
Yeah.
The breeding pool.
Kavu's really been solid beef,
Yes.
at every stage of every game, basically. I don't think it's ever been our best card, but it's always been in the top third or so.
Yes, agree.
All right, they're holding up 1 mana, if anything, but probably don't have much, so let's go.
Hopefully they're just holding up Veil of Summer and it's just doing nothing. Oh my goodness, no way. They're actually playing Fatal Push in their Niv-Mizzet deck.
Yep.
Kind of hate to see that.
Yeah, that is unexpected.
Yeah.
Really punishing because we didn't draw a 3rd land, but I guess we can try to loot for one, and we probably should.
Yeah, loot away Goyf seems really free.
Yeah.
Goyfs have grown by 2 in that turn cycle, but yeah, take a Tribal Flames.
Yeah, for sure. Still just another Kavu, though, right? Do we
Yeah,
play
Kavu.
Ragavan?
I think we play Ragavan.
Yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like we have so much to do. We really want the mana.
Yeah.
And then like if we just kill it before it gets to make a treasure, then
Yep.
it's just eating removal again.
Nice. So
Yeah,
we got them very
doing
dead
fine.
T4, even if they... Yeah, nice. Okay. That's the one
The
we
power
win
of the
heads
monkey.
up. The power of the monkey. And now we're going to show that we are the more consistent 5-color deck as they mulligan to 3. That's what's going to happen.
There's no question.
It's guaranteed. Take it to the bank. Any changes, or I think we're good to run back?
Deck perfect. Submit.
Boom.
Okay, it's not a stellar hand, but I think it's probably still worth keeping.
Yeah, I agree.
So the Scion is 6 mana, I think, right now. That just with the lands we have, but like I think any fetch land. I guess not, because we can't get blue and black with a fetch land.
Correct. They did not mulligan to 3, nor at all. I have lied to you. I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
Okay. I can't cast that either at the moment, but this matchup is a little GG die roll-esque. if both players are keeping solid hands. If this is a Ren, that's going to be pretty awful.
It is, but
yeah, if it
we've
is.
got our Stomping Ground out there ready to bolt.
Oh, it's a Lightning Helix. Nice.
I think, yeah, Ren would have been worse. So can't complain too much. We can complain a little bit.
Yep, for sure.
That's a decent draw.
It's not the worst.
I think we should play the Blood Crypt. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters either way, but that's fine to play. I got no issue with
that. I guess, okay, either of our Triumphs make white or black, so I think it really didn't matter there either way.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't play. Yeah, I think you were correct to play the Temple Garden, because now, say we draw like Breeding Pool or something, we can't play Mantis Rider.
Ooh, true. Okay.
Okay, my bad.
That's all right. That is okay. I think we're at their mercy either way. And we didn't anyway, so.
Yeah, it does feel like they're doing what they want to do more, so. But our hands are right.
Just real slow.
Yeah.
This is all we can do, right? Hold up.
Like, we could do other, like, we could leave up double bolt, but I don't think it's worth taking 2 damage.
I agree. Nor just representing that so hard at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if they just kept like some helixes and a high land count, like they kept these spells and lands and helixes, that's a keep. They could flood. Yorion gets them out of that to a degree. Wow.
It is like, somewhat easy for us to kill that. Can they make the mana with the second ability, or is that the third ability?
The second is the mana, so
that's the scary one.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, interesting. If they didn't, they could have switched Swamp and then had 5 colors. Maybe they didn't need that. Oh man. Painful. This deck is painful to play against.
Teferi too, right? Oh no, Yorion into hand. That is also.
I felt like it's gonna be Teferi.
Horrible. All right, Tarmogoyf. Okay, so Yorion's going into hand. I mean,
yeah.
We probably just double bolt this stupid thing.
I think so. It feels bad. Would have been nice to draw Tribal Flames.
Yep. When your opponent million for ones you, and then you 2 for 1 yourself at a tempo loss, things begin to feel some type of way.
Is consulting the Oxford Dictionary adjective forbidding or uninviting. Grim. Yeah, I think that's the word for
I
it.
think that's about it. Yep, that's the one we need. Oh,
Okay.
goodness, it's Bring to Light.
That's Nivman.
Yep.
Okay. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
How many cards did they draw that time?
Another Bring to Light is among them, so I think that's basically game.
Yeah.
They also have Vindicate and another. They took Teferi.
Wow, they're playing like at least 3 Omnas in that deck.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yep. Alright, so they got a full grip, including all that, and a Yorion. I think we can concede. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Very rough
very
one.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Every loss felt pretty fun until that one, for me. I think you feel the same way, probably, right?
Yes.
Because that one, there, like, I always hate playing against Niv. With any deck I've ever played against it with. I mean, it's a nightmare on mid-range. I don't beat it on prowess most of the time, even though I know you can. They just always seem to have, like, perfect mana helixes into Kaya's Guiles, into, you know, all the Omnath, all the other ways to gain life and stabilize. And even, like, when I think I played ad nauseum against it and somehow lost too, I think Teferi was involved. Maybe some bad draws, but
I haven't beaten that deck very much either, and I think
Yeah.
almost any time I have, it feels like I got away with something, you know,
Yeah.
and probably Blood Moon was involved, and yeah.
Yep, Blood Moon is your friend.
But this was a
for
fun league in
This
general.
was really fun. The wins were really fun. The losses were pretty cool too, honestly, until that last one, and that's more a function of the opposing deck, and also maybe added to it, there's similarity too that's unwelcome. You know, we're a 5-color deck, they're a 5-color deck. We have some of those same weaknesses and fail rates. It's not even like we can claim more consistency. Even though I tried to will that into existence, it did not pan out for us. But you know, our opponents, by and large, kept very good progressions, right, against us. We were really put to the test here. Faced 5 real decks. I mean, this is definitely more of a fight than probably any domain deck that I've ever seen pre-MH2 could dream of having put up. And we had some genuinely top-class progressions here. Neither Dan nor myself, we are not experienced players, so maybe we missed a thing or two along the way too. It is possible. Ultimately, I think we did navigate this ship pretty well, my friend. Thank you for joining me. Anything that you would like to maybe look at that wasn't so hot here today, or any ideas that come to mind of different forms of tech we could try next time?
I think we kind of covered it a lot during the videos, but I guess just to reiterate a few things that, you know, maybe I would consider trying to fit like some kind of a blue touching Triome into the mana base somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it felt, I think that was just maybe one gap where it usually seemed like it was going to be relevant, and like we had to fetch Shocklands to do that. It was just like a little bit less efficient than I would have preferred.
I agree, for sure.
Also, I think probably Tarmogoyf is like not quite pulling its weight here. And to be honest, like the 3-drop creatures outside of Mantis Rider, like with Might of Alara, like stealing us like that one game.
Yeah.
I don't know like how good some of those creatures are, but I was really impressed with just about every other card in the main deck.
Yeah, and it is tough, though, because like I completely agree with everything that you just said. On the other hand, if we are cutting 3-drops, what do we play? And do we risk making these dorks a little bit worse in so doing? The Lightning Helixes were pretty good. I gotta shout out our donor, that Vietnamese guy. Big shout out to you, my friend. I liked having access to a little more removal, a little more utility, a little more burn. We cheesed with the burn plan half of our wins, if not more. And
yeah, the bird plan was definitely key.
Yeah,
and
it sure was.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind probably playing like another 2 Helix even, sure.
Yeah, I think we could explore that route, absolutely. And yeah, I completely agree with you about the Triome. Part of what made me want to shy away from Stubby D was also the fact that doesn't seem like when you're doing the things you should otherwise be doing, it's very easy to get blue unless you're not drawing with this particular build and land base. So there is some room maybe to even narrow that focus a little bit more. And if, these blue cards are a little sus, maybe we could become more of a consistent Naya deck that plays the 4th and 5th colors in our land base, of course, to optimize all the domain cards. Much to be thought of, I suppose, and for people who have gotten many reps in with this. Another one you mentioned that I thought was a really heads-up call was Force of Vigor, especially if we trend a little bit more toward green, and therefore double green to hard cast or more green cards to pitch, as the case may be. This could be a really good out. The Niv Mizzet loss felt bad. Also, losing to the card Blood Moon admittedly did feel bad, even though that match against Delver was pretty cool. So, yeah, Force of Vigor bailing us out there would be great. And, otherwise, this was both of our first leagues with it, so I don't know if we can get too much more into the weeds with suggestions, but I think those are some really good ones. You guys out there, if you have any thoughts on the archetype or the list, please leave them below. Thank you once again to our donor, that Vietnamese guy. Hey, you got to see both of your decks, right? Like Dan pointed out, we almost played 5-color Niv for you. You got to see that beat the pants off of us, and you also got to see 5 rounds with this other 5-color deck. It was a good time. Thank you again. Shout out again, and thank you as well to Daniel Bodke, Callum Behrman, and Alex Butler, a trio of brand new Inquisitors that, my friends, we do love to see. Thank you to everybody supporting this content. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining me. The co-plays are very fun for me. I am hearing the comments. We are all hearing the comments. I definitely have every intention of doing just as many solo leagues as ever, but each individual case at the discretion of the donor. And I think most people agree that either the solos or with one co-pilot like we had here today is the best form of content, so we're going to try to mostly keep it to one or the other. Personally, my favorite way to play Magic now is the co-play. It's really fun. So glad that I have the capacity to host these now, and this was no exception. Not the best result we've ever had, but lots of fun. Finally connecting a few times with Ragavan, which we didn't do in Jund, and I've got a Rakdos, or maybe it's a slight white splash to make it technically Mardu League coming up, I believe, next, and Ragavan will feature enormously there. So we're just getting warmed up with our piracy, and I hope you stay tuned for that. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you soon.